Hello everyone, welcome to today's Premiere Pro mini lesson. Today we're going to keep it short and sweet and talk about keyframes. So you can see I've got this photo lined up on my timeline in Premiere Pro and I've got my effects panel pulled up. So of course there are lots of things that I can do here to alter or change this photo, the effects of this photo. I can change the transparency, opacity. Of course, nothing's behind it, so that just goes to black video. I can also come up here to scale. I can scale it in and out simply by clicking on that blue number and pulling my cursor to the left and the right. Okay, but that's not keyframes. Okay, what we want to do is add a keyframe. So what you'll see is like kind of a separate timeline right over here. So I want you to pay attention to two things. First off, this timeline over here, and right next to each of these features, these effects, is a little stopwatch. And every time you add a keyframe, you can first turn on the keyframes by selecting this stopwatch. Okay, and you can see two things happen. First off, this stopwatch turned blue, and the second thing is you've got a keyframe option here, and you actually have a keyframe on your timeline here. So you can see that this little diamond right here, that's what a keyframe is. So let me pull and add one more keyframe. I'm going to add one more by clicking and adjusting the setting. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. There we go. So now what you can see is happening is the difference. So I have an effect here. I'm scaled at 20% here, and I come to my next keyframe and I'm scaled at 35% here. So you can see that as I play back, because I have these two keyframes, I'm adding a scaling effect, okay? And if I wanted to make that transition faster or slower, all I have to do is select this keyframe and move it one way or the other. There we go. I've got my one keyframe selected. So now that they're closer together, you can see that the scale effect is faster. If I wanted to switch that up and make it slower, I can move that keyframe and make the scaling effect slower. Of course, this works for all effects that you apply to either photo, video, or any other element that you add to your video, text as well, etc. So once again, you can see it there, and it doesn't stop there. You can add keyframes. You can add as many keyframes as you like. So if you wanted a faster transition between two different sections, so I can move that like so. So now let's see what happened there. Okay, so now we're getting kind of carried away, but of course, if you add a keyframe and you change your mind, you can just select that keyframe and delete it as needed by hitting the delete button, of course. Remember, you can combine keyframes, so you can add, with still photos, you can add what's called a Ken Burns effect by changing your location or your position. So I'm going to change my position. That'll do, something like that. So now you can see that not only is my scaling keyframed, but my position as well. Okay, so and again, you can apply keyframes to just about every effect that you apply to all of your media. Okay, so to complete this challenge, what I need you to do is take a screenshot. If you've never taken a screenshot on a Mac, it is Command-Shift-4, and you should see a little cursor. What I want you to do is take a screenshot of your effects panel of any content with with a keyframe. So add some keyframes, take your screenshot, and upload it to Schoology. Of course, if you want to delete your keyframes after the fact, that's fine, but I want you to add some keyframes to some media to prove that you know what keyframes are. Thanks for watching.